There we go. All right, Facebook. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? I'm adjusting my stuff, man. Sorry. Happy Tuesday. The pre-Valentine's show for America's Mentor. Actually, it's a snow day. I've been snowed in here in the Northeast, man. But it was a great day reflecting, and I just finished up with Kurt, and I wanted to bring it to you guys what him and I spoke about as a little preamble to what I'm going to upload tomorrow. I spent the day, we got like a foot up here in Middletown. It was crazy. And it's funny because they kept changing the weather from 2 inches to 19. Then they were going up to, then they're going down to 3 to 5. We ended up getting a foot anyway. So we got what they originally said, which was great. And it's amazing how these people predict this stuff. I mean, I feel so bad for them. They're trying their best to predict this stuff. And it's like us with life. And I had a chance today to really, I didn't Netflix the day out. I didn't waste the time watching movies, man. I think I jacked in one movie, but I spent the majority of my day trending out on reels of ageless wisdom. Imagine if all of us in my audience here in America's Mentor and a lot of my channels is up in the upper echelon, 40s to 60s. Imagine if we were told back when we were youngsters, go hang out at a convalescent home for a day and really learn what these people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s really thought about life and what they felt they were missing and dealt with for decades living on the inside. And tonight's quote is really simple. Out of the quote box tonight, focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself. And something that I wish that I've known when I was in my 20s is to realize how the gifts that I have to give to life. But we were taught as little lads to conform to the world around us, to be like everybody else. And the biggest regret, these people on these reels that I watched today, and the seniors, so-called, as they say, their biggest regret was just wasting time conforming to a world that didn't fit around their narrative. And I can only imagine dealing with those people, what they've dealt with for decades, thinking about what they could have been or should have, would have, could have. You got to ask yourself the same question. A lot of us now, I see the post on Facebook, oh, it's going to be a lonely day on Valentine's Day. Well, if it's going to be a lonely day, give yourself the love you've always wanted to give and watch how you attract from that. And stop wasting time on things that don't matter, because what don't matter and you put energy to, you're a conduit of, you're going to start channeling that energy out there and attracting more of what doesn't matter. And it's a great perspective on life. I mean, Earl Nightingale gave the strangest secret back in the 50s, I think it was a record out, one of the biggest selling inspirational records. His biggest thought on that record was conformity. And a lot of us, and I would say the majority of us, were taught to be something other than ourselves. And your vibe attracts your tribe. And that was a great quote that I saw the other day, because how you feel about yourself is what you attract to yourself. So if you're trying to conform to a world and you wonder why things are happening the way they're happening, see how you've conformed. This is why they call it reflection. This is why you are who you are for a reason. Your uniqueness in life is only what life wants from you. It wants to give you everything. Everything is around us. It's all in frequency. And connecting the right atoms and the right frequency is going to bring you all you seek and all you don't want as well. So if you're conforming to a world that's telling you how to be, you can only bring more of that how not to be, because you're never going to be happy. And if you think about being in the upper echelon of age in the 80s or 70s or 80s or whatever it might be, and the regrets that you have to live with is more than the information you need for transformation. It was a direct reflection I gave myself a decade ago to realize, I understand now. I realized what I was attracting in life, and the learning process began. This is the epiphany that most of us need in life to understand what we're bringing into life. You should love yourself more than anything in the world. And when you start doing that, you can only attract to yourself more of loving everything in the world. You start seeing things in a different light. You have a better perspective about yourself, which is most important. That self-image is everything. How you see yourself is what you attract to yourself. So if you don't think of yourself as worthy enough to receive anything, or you're a failure at everything, you can only attract more of that. That's why whatever Valentine's Day is given you tomorrow, with someone or without someone, make sure you give it your all. Give it all the love you can, whatever it might be. And that love can only come back to you. And that karmic effect in your life will transmit in the most beautiful ways. But you have to believe that you deserve it. You have to believe you can be yourself. You have to step out of the box and understand how special and truly special you are. And it was a hard thing for me. It was probably the hardest obstacle, the biggest obstacle in my life, to realize how unique I was. And to push that narrative out every day and whatever I'm doing, my videos or this or work or that. The hardest thing for oneself is to understand self. Because when you understand yourself, you realize what you're bringing. You realize what energy you're transmitting. And that's what changed everything for me, was to realize I was a conduit of energy that I can point and shoot wherever I want, every day, and how I want to be every day. And it's something for you guys to understand about yourself. I mean, the show segment tonight for Kurt was Ageless Wisdom. The elderly are amazing. They have amazing stories of how to be and how not to be. Granted, their priorities were different back then, but it all comes down to the same thing. It's about being yourself. They just, how should we say, verbalized it differently compared to how we do it now. We have the most amazing life in front of us. I wish you guys would see that. And if you don't, I wish you could see how lucky we are. Their sacrifices, their work, their effort, their innovation has given us everything. All the conveniences in the world, all the information at our fingertips to go online and within a split second understanding why things are happening in your life and make the changes to do it. Like this show here and millions of other shows out there. We have it at our fingertips now. So when you have a day like I had today of peace and relaxation, which I haven't had in weeks, mind you, because I've been blessed and busy with work. When I had that chance to reflect, I found the most amazing information on how not to be. And it stays like this, where if you guys have the time to really get out there and stop Netflixing and start reflecting, you'll start realize what you're bringing in your life. And life will become more amazing because you'll start to feel more amazing. You start to realize you have a reason. You start to realize you have a purpose in life to create something truly unique, because it's you. Guys, happy Valentine's Day to you guys. I have to get ready for bed, man, and get up for work tomorrow. So America's Mentor on Instagram _radio on Instagram. Please follow me, Jerry Maldonado 2 on Facebook for unique information to help you to your destination. Enjoy your day, guys. Reflect, understand, and truly realize how special you are. I'll say the quote one more time. Focus on improving yourself, not proving yourself. Be that best self. Watch how the world reacts, guys. I'll see you guys soon, man.